A question still remains. Can they free the Knave of Hearts? Or he'll remain in prison? With the White Rabbit, juries, witnesses, and the Queen of Hearts. This is the Queen of Words game.
What is his sorrow?
It's all his fancy, that, he hasn't got no sorrow, you know. Come on. This here young lady, she wants for to know your history, she do.
I'll tell it her. Stand still both of you, and don't speak a word till I've finished.
I don't see how he can ever finish, if he doesn't begin.
Once, I was a real turtle.
Thank you, sir, for your interesting story.
When we were little, we went to school in the sea. The master was an old turtle. We used to call him Tortoise.
Why did you call him Tortoise if he wasn't one?
We called him Tortoise because he taught us. Really, you are very dull.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself for asking such a simple question. Drive on, old fellow. Don't be all day about it. Yes, we went to school in the sea, through you mayn't believe it.
I never said I didn't.
You did.
Hold your tongue.
We had the best of educations, in fact. We went to school every day.
I've been to a day school, too. You needn't be so proud as all that.
With extras?
Yes, we learned French and music.
And washing?
Certainly not.
Ah, then yours wasn't a really good school. Now, at ours, they had, at the end of the bill, French, music, and washing as extra.
You couldn't have wanted it much, living at the bottom of the sea.
I couldn't afford to learn it. I only took the regular course.
What was that?
Reeling and writing, of course, to begin with, and then the different branches of arithmetic, ambition, distraction, uglification, and derision.
I never heard of uglification. What is it?
Never heard of uglifying. You know what to beautify is, I suppose?
Yes, it means to make anything prettier.
Well, then, if you don't know what to uglify is, you are a simpleton.
What else had you to learn?
Well, there was mystery, ancient and modern, with seography, then drawing. The drawing master was an old congaree that used to come once a week. He taught us drawing, stretching, and fainting in coils.
What was that like?
Well, I can't show it you, myself, I'm too stiff. And the griffin never learnt it.
Hadn't time. I went to the classical master, though. He was an old crab, he was.
I never went to him. He taught laughing and grief, they used to say.
So he did.
And how many hours a day did you do lessons?
10 hours the first day, 9 the next, and so on.
What a curious plan.
That's the reason they're called lessons, because they lesson from day to day.
Then the 11th day must have been a holiday.
Of course it was.
And how did you manage on the 12th?
That's enough about lessons. Tell her something about the games now.
Which one? The lobster quadrille dance, or I rather sing the turtle soup?
Oh, a song, please, if the mock turtle would be so kind.
No accounting for tastes. Sing her turtle soup, will you, old fellow?
Beautiful, beautiful soup.
The trial's game begins. I call upon the third witness.
Wait, Your Honor. Is it the fifth witness already? First Hatter, second March Hare, third Dormouse, fourth Cheshire Cat, and now it's the fifth.
You have a point, but I haven't announced the third witness when the Dormouse interrupted and became the witness, while the Cheshire Cat just volunteered. It's Your Majesty, the Queen's decision whether it'll be the third or fifth witness.
Then I picked the owl to play my game.
Your Majesty, the owl is part of the jury.
And whose decision it is who will answer my riddles.
Apologies, Your Majesty, it's your decision.
Then I order Bill the lizard to take the place of the owl and be part of the jury. Get to your places and we shall start. I suppose you know the mechanics already as part of the juries. I will ask you 20 riddles and you have 5 seconds each to think for the answer. And the answer are displayed in the square hearts to be used in the next round. Let's start. Answer me this. There are 100 who have no beginning or end, and they are all in one, who is endless as they are. They are bound everyone to his next, and when unbound and free they bind others for life.
On thy life, O Queen, rings have no end, in them we see the emblem of eternity. When made of gold, all in a chain, it still a circle doth remain, and with but one, you will agree, a loving pair may wedded be.
Answer me this. Who is he that when he sinks down in his bed does great harm, but far more when he rises from it?
On thy life, O Queen, dried in summer by the sun, then the stream no more can run, with the water gone or low, over it afoot we go, much we miss its golden gleam, much the cattle need their stream, wagons pass where once the boat, with its crew was wont to float, and the swallows chirp or nest, where the fishes used to rest. But 'tis worse in thawing spring, when the crow on early wing sees the floods, from ice set free, rushing wildly to the sea, then madly up the river leaps, as depths are added to his deeps, and, like a wolf before the hounds, in rage o'er all the country bounds. Thus, if they rise or if they fall, they bring great sorrow to us all. So in life do all things go, what flies too high oft sinks too low, then pray to God thy destiny may never too unequal be.
Well sung and sermon to a small text. Answer me this. What goes from a tail to a head, yeah, to royal heads, and how does that which lived in disgrace confer honor?
Upon thy life, O Queen, the ostrich in its tail may wear, the splendid plume, so bright and fair, which proudly waves wherever seen, and gives a glory to a queen.
Answer me this. What is that which runs all day yet never stirs, which sings all the time yet never utters a word, and has the longest tail of any creature on earth?
O Queen, upon thy life, the spinning wheel, which ever whirs, and runs all day yet never stirs, and bears an endless tale of thread, is she of whom these things are said.
Answer me this. What is that which runs all the time from one house to another, and from village to village? By means of it all news is carried, and yet it is no gossip.
O Queen, upon thy life, a by path runs o'er hill and dale, on it is carries many a tale, but for it, and it alone, scant news, I ween, would e'er be known. By means of it all gossips heard, and yet it never speaks a word.
Answer me this. Who is it that embraces my wife tightly and far oftener than I, yet of whom I am not jealous?
O Queen, on thy life, thy queen's small waist is circled round, and by a golden girdle bound, he holds her fast the livelong day, with him she doth in public play, and while awake, from first to last, the girdle always holds her fast.
To be continued. Thank you for watching the Queen of Words game.